Alright guys, it's time to talk about how to counter the Oni in Dead by Daylight. Let's get right into the video. What's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode of the How to Counter series on our channel. Okay, first tip, don't bring no Mither against the Oni. You're basically gonna feed him the entire match. Okay, very quickly, I do want to say, please hit the like button for me. YouTube's algorithm works if you guys like the video. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. I have way more tutorials on how to counter killers and how to play DBD as well. Now back into the video. Drop pallets, guys. Drop pallets against the Oni. The strongest counterplay against the Oni is to not let him injure you. The Oni's power is called Yamaoka's Wrath. With this power, the Oni is able to absorb blood orbs the injured survivors leave on the ground. As he absorbs orbs, the power gauge will begin to fill. Once his gauge is completely full, everyone on the map will hear this sound. Once you hear that sound, you know that the Oni can activate his Blood Fury. Once Blood Fury is active, the Oni becomes lethal and gains access to two additional abilities, Demon Dash and Demon Strike. Demon Dash allows him to dash across the map, and Demon Strike allows him to take down survivors with one hit even if they're not injured. Picking up a survivor from the ground deactivates the Oni's power. Yes, when the Oni activates his power, he is a force to be reckoned with. So the best course of action is to not let him get to that power at all. So the beginning of the match is very important. If he's after you, it is okay to drop pallets early and not get hit. Don't give him any blood orbs if you don't have to. Remember, if the Oni cannot activate his power, he is just an M1 killer. That means that he can only hit you with a basic attack and that's it. There's no special abilities. There is nothing good about the Oni unless he activates his power. But of course, you'll have survivors in the game who will eventually get injured or might not know about dropping pallets early and let the killer have these blood orbs. Once he activates his power, what do you do then? The good thing is that his power does not last forever and it does have a time limit. During this time, what you want to do as a survivor, first of all, is to spread out. You do not want to be caught in the same exact place because the Oni can hit more than one survivor at a time when he activates his Demon Strike. So during this time, I would suggest not to heal each other or not to go for hooks because he will get you both at the same time. Now, if his power is active and he's on you, two things are your best friends: windows and making space. Try to get to a window as quickly as possible and try to make as much space between you and the killer as you can. Now, if you're trying to loop the Oni when he has his power active, I would say try to avoid places like hallways where you can't move left or right. That is an easy strike for him. Instead, try to get to open places with lots of windows and lots of pallets. Something that works really well against Onis is long walls with pallets, just like this one here in this clip. You can use these type of walls and hide around the corners because it's very hard for the killer to turn very quickly. Now, if he manages to get very close to you, you can always try a 360. They're very reliable against the Oni. Now, if you can do this very well, try and waste as much of his power as you can. Another great tip against the Oni is to remember to heal yourself as much as you can. You and your survivor friends should always heal yourselves anytime that you get the chance. Remember, the more time that you spend injured is more power that you're giving the Oni. Now, when you're injured, you drop blood orbs every few seconds, but you also drop blood orbs every time that you make a quick action, like dropping a pallet or vaulting. Because of this, a lot of Onis will try and get as much blood orbs as they can from you. They'll try and get you to vault back and forth just to get as much blood orbs as possible from you. To avoid this, I would say to just hold forward, and that's a better alternative than to just keep vaulting back and forth. Another maneuver you can do when you're trying to get away from the Oni is to pretend to go one way and at the last second go the other. This maneuver works really well, and you can use anything in the environment to your advantage. You can use anything like a tree or a rock to try and do this little juke, I guess. Again, try to make as much space as possible between you and the killer, but once he gets really close to you, get behind cover and either try to go around it or fake one way and go the other. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you counter the Oni. So to recap, keep the Oni without a power as long as possible. That means dropping pallets early and not letting him injure you. When he activates his power, do not stay in the same place as other survivors. This will allow the Oni to get multiple downs at once. Avoid trying to loop the Oni in tight places like hallways. Remember that anytime you drop a pallet, vault a window, or vault a pallet, you drop more orbs for the killer to absorb. And last but not least, if the killer is after you, try to get to a window as fast as possible. Long loops work really well against the Oni because he can't turn quickly, so you can hide around corners very easily. And if he gets really close to you, of course, his FOV is really hard to maintain when he's moving so fast, so a 360 will work wonders. But that's gonna be it for me. If you guys got something out of this video, please hit the like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it enough to see more content like this. Until the next one, guys, take care and have a good one. Bye.
Turn on the TV and turn off the lights. We're playing Dead by Daylight tonight. Turn on the TV and turn off the lights. We're playing Dead by Daylight tonight. Turn on the TV and turn off the lights. We're playing Dead by Daylight tonight. Turn on the TV and turn off the lights. We're playing Dead by Daylight tonight.
Turn on the TV and turn off the lights. We're playing Dead by Daylight tonight. You can be Myers or you can be Blight, or you can use Dwight and try to survive.